I wanted to tighten some things up about my options of taking the bus to and from the Florence train station to my hotel. A few videos ago, I did an initial review of the C2 bus line, but I didn't get very far with the understanding of the different bus stops that go along with that route and the different directions the route keeps going to and from the station. Although the train station is only a half mile from my hotel, I wanted to make sure I had some ready information in my back pocket on where to grab the bus if my feet are too tired or the weather is icky. In Google Maps, I switched to transit mode and it showed the most efficient way to get to and from the station to my hotel is by walking, but I also wanted to see if there was an updated information about that bus line I looked at earlier. The website magentaflorence.com had an article that showed that old PDF of the C2 bus route, but you can't see any details. Even when I zoomed in, I had an idea of where my hotel was on the map, but again, you couldn't zoom in to get any closer to tell what the bus stops were. So farther down the article, the writer listed the streets that the bus will take, doing its loop to and from both directions of the train station. I wrote down the street names so I could do a couple of Google searches to see where those bus stops were and on what streets. So the C2 bus has two directions. One goes from the Leopolda station, which is near the main train station, going towards Beccaria. And the other direction going towards the main train station has different streets. I did a Google search of the Stazione Leopolda, and as you can see, it's very close to the main train station. The end of the line goes towards Piazza Cesare Beccaria, which is in the outskirts of the city. When I clicked on Destination from Leopolda Station to Piazza Cesare Beccaria, the C2 bus route comes up on the screen. Now the black circle indicates where my hotel is, the blue arrows indicate the direction of the route, and the red arrow is pointing to where my hotel is. And as you can see by that dark blue line, there's a stop near the main train station, and once I'm on the C2 bus, I only have to do about 3 stops before I'm at my hotel. And when I clicked on Show Route, it lists the name of all the stops, and the stop near the train station is called Stazione Orti Oricellari. When getting off the bus near my hotel, I'll be looking for a bus stop called Or San Michele. It'll probably be very easy to see because of 2 reasons. First, it's the first stop past the Duomo, which you can't miss the Duomo. And the second is that Piazza della Repubblica is also a very big main piazza that I'll be able to see from the side of the bus. The C2 bus route that goes towards the main train station makes a stop really near my hotel, which is circled in red. And as you can see, it makes a stop right in front of the main train station at a stop called Stazione Scalette. Catching the bus near my hotel will be easy because it's right at the edge of Piazza della Repubblica, and there's only 2 stops before it gets to the main train station, which will be easy to see from inside the bus. So here's a close-up of the C2 bus stop called Piazza della Repubblica. As you can see, there's where my bed and breakfast is, right there on the square. Google Maps even shows the direction based on the name of the final destination of the route. So this is where my research has helped me out because I know that Leopolda is the direction route that goes right in front of the main train station. The bus stop called Or San Michele is right around the corner from my bed and breakfast, and as you can see, this bus route goes towards the outskirts of the city center away from the train station. So this screenshot will be my cheat sheet for my first couple of days while I'm getting myself oriented. To go to the train station, I go across the street to Piazza della Repubblica and find the C2 bus. And if I'm leaving the train station to try to get to the hotel, I get on the C2 bus for 3 stops and look for a stop called Or San Michele. Now I'm not sure whether or not the bus will actually display a sign about what stop is coming up, but I know it's very close to the Piazza Repubblica, which I will recognize. I have to remind myself to get a ticket before I get on the bus and make sure I stamp it in the machine on the bus once I get on. A single ticket is €1.50, but there's also an electronic ticket card that can be loaded with 10 90-minute trips at a cost of €14 for a bit of a savings. And then further research I read said that there's a card that can be loaded with 10, 20, or 30 rides for 10, 20, or 30 euro. As long as I don't lose it, that might be my best option. For some people who've been to Florence, they may have seen and taken advantage of the Firenze card. Now this card is perfect for somebody spending 3 days in Florence because the card is good for 72 hours and it gets you in any museum and unlimited bus and tram tickets for that 72 hours. Now this could be a good option for me if I'm going to go spend 3 days in Florence doing museums and not doing the trains in and around the countryside. Well, I apologize if this video has been a little bit too detailed for everybody, but I really wanted to get my head around this local bus system near my hotel. Let me know if you have any questions and leave those in the comments. Buon viaggio!